What is up, GOAT World? It is me, your boy JDZ, and I'm back at you again with another GOAT format video. Today I have another top 10 video for you guys, but first, before we hop into the video, as much as it pains me, I have to issue a retraction. Your boy JDZ was wrong. In my two previous top 10 videos, I made two significant errors. One, in the top 10 Dark Monster video, I cannot believe I left Dark Magician and Chaos off of there. That is absolutely incorrect. Dark Magician Chaos definitely belongs on that list. And number two, in my top 10 Neg 1 video, I left Giant Trunade off the list. I can't believe I did that. Both were catastrophic misplays, and I have to issue a retraction. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I've been an idiot.
I'm sorry.
For whatever it's worth, you were right and I was wrong. I'm sorry.
Now that that's out of the way, today I have another special top 10 for you guys. This is going to be top 10 GOAT format cards that lie. Bruh. What do I mean when I say GOAT format cards that lie? Well, it's simple. In GOAT format, there are names, types, attributes, and pictures of cards that don't always match. For example, you have this card, very iconic. This is the Dark Magician. The Dark Magician is dark and it is a spellcaster and it looks like a magician. This card passes the test. It is not a liar. However, if you have a card like this card is Black Land Fire Dragon. This card is not black. There is no black land. This card is not fire. This card is a liar and it fails the test. So now with that explanation out of the way, I'm going to give you guys the top 10 cards that I think in GOAT format that absolutely lie. Make sure you guys like and subscribe as we're hopping in. And as I'm going through this list, I'm telling you right now, I don't care about the OCG. I don't care about backstories. I don't care about lore. I'm being incredibly literal with their name, with their type, with their attribute, and with what the card looks like. And if it's a liar, it's going up here. There are actually way more cards in GOAT format than 10 that I think fit on this list. So I'm going to go ahead and break it down into certain categories, and we may have more than 10. Okay, so coming in that first category, what does the word warrior mean to you? We have a type in GOAT format called warrior, and if you are a warrior, you should be a warrior. So there's a couple monsters that come to mind. The first one that I want to think about is going to be these magnet warrior dudes. They're all magnet warriors, but none of them are warriors. They are all in fact rock. You can kind of get away with that because a rock is technically a magnet. I get it, but I still think that they could have been warriors. Just like this guy, this ancient lizard warrior. Yeah, you're a lizard, you're a reptile, but why do you got to be a warrior? Leave the warrior off of there. I still think you pass the test, but there's one card that I know is going to piss everyone off when they think about warriors in GOAT format. It's going to come up. This guy's name is Breaker the Magical Warrior. Why is this guy Breaker the Magical Warrior and he's not a warrior? I understand why he can't be a warrior, because that would just be too broken. With reinforcing the army searching for this guy, it would just make no sense. So I get why they had to change it. It grinds my gears every time I see this guy as Breaker the Magical Warrior and he is not a warrior. Okay, moving on. The next category of liars that I have is going to be just general liars, just people lying for no reason. Like an example of this card, a general liar in GOAT format is going to be this guy, Senju of the Thousand Hands. Okay, Senju of the Thousand Hands, you don't have 1,000 hands. I can see all your hands and there's definitely not 1,000. Just like your cousin, Manju of the 10,000 hands, you are overcompensating big time. You do not have 10,000 hands. Stop lying. And then even this guy, like he's a fan favorite. Everybody knows this guy. Twin-headed thunder dragon, bro, you got one head. Why are you lying? Okay, and then of course, to round this thing off, the biggest liar for no reason, one of the biggest liars for no reason, I have to mention this guy as much as it pains me. Thousand Eyes Restrict. Big dog, I don't care. You don't have 1,000 eyes. Stop lying. But the one that really grinds my gears the most in this general liar category, even more than 1,000 eyes restrict, this card pisses me off the most. And I think this card is an even bigger liar. I'm putting this guy in here. This guy's name is Moisture Creature. This guy's name is Moisture Creature. He is a light fairy, but his name is Moisture Creature. There is nothing moist about this creature. He's not water. He's not aqua. He's a light fairy, but his name is Moisture Creature. You're a liar and your picture is ridiculous. I think this card is absurd. Okay, moving on. We have another general liar category. Okay, there's a card that irritates me all the time. It's going to be this thing. It's called Skull Mark Ladybug. Skull Mark Ladybug. If you look at this picture, this is not a ladybug. And you want to know how I know Konami knows exactly what a ladybug looks like? It's because they made 4-star Ladybug of Doom. 4-star Ladybug of Doom exists. Why would you call a card Skull Mark Ladybug and not make it a ladybug? You're a liar. Another general liar. You have this guy, 3-legged zombie. Bro, you have one leg. The other guy has one leg. You guys have 2 legs together. Where's the 3-legged zombie part coming in at? Maybe you guys are doing a 3-legged race, but still just 2 legs. You're 2-legged zombie. Stop lying, okay? And then you got gray wing over here. Your wings are white. You're a liar. Then you have this guy, the all-seeing white tiger. Dude, you can't see anything. You're missing your eye. You have no eye. You're blind. You're a liar. More than all of those, a one that irritates me is going to be this guy, this magical merchant. Cool name. You need to be a spellcaster. There are people who every day still think this thing's a spellcaster. This guy's an insect. For whatever reason, they made this guy an insect. They're all liars. I don't believe them anymore. They're all pissing me off. Moving on, another huge lying category that happens in GOAT format. There's a trend. And for some reason, that trend is going to be beast. There are so many liar beasts out there in our ranks of GOAT format. For example, you have this guy burning beast. You're not a beast. You're a pyro. Why are you burning beast? But I understand that. I'll give you a pass. You're still fire. I'll give you that. And then we have Fusilier, the dual mode beast. I understand that. You're a machine. You're a dual mode beast. You still could probably be a beast. Maybe. I don't know. You have the beast of Talwar. Look at this dude. He's a beast. What's up with that? You could be a beast. I don't care. And then you have this guy, amphibian beast. There's so many beasts. I get it. He's a fish. He's water. He could have also been a beast. You have ancient gear beast. This thing could have been a beast. Why are these guys all still in this beast? Be something else. Be something else. But the biggest beast offender is going to be this guy. This guy's name is Beast King of the Swamps. You are nobility. You're royalty. You got a lot of responsibilities as Beast King. How are you the Beast King? You're not even a beast. You're a liar, dude. You are a phony faker, phony guy.
This guy's a great big phony!
And I don't trust you, Mr. Beast King of the Swamps. Get over yourself. Moving on, another perpetual lying category. There's so many liars out here in the GOAT where I had to make liar categories. And this category is going to be dragons. There are so many liar dragons out there in the GOAT world. Rocking and rolling freely. For example, you got Mega Rock Dragon. You're not a dragon. You're a rock. Be a rock. You have Berserk Dragon, which is just a blatant, like, why are you a zombie? That it would have changed nothing for you to be a dragon. I don't know why they did that. I think you could have easily been a dragon. Just like this guy, Thunder Dragon. Thunder Dragon probably is the one I should have put up there. It pisses me off, but it's still Thunder. It says Thunder. He's Thunder, but I really want this to be a dragon. I think the game would have been a lot better if Thunder Dragon was an actual dragon. But this one is one of the bigger ones that pisses me off. It's not the one that pisses me off the most, but it's one of the bigger ones that pisses me off. And it's going to be this guy. It's going to be this guy. Because you look at this guy. His name is Crawling Dragon. Okay. There's a guy. His name is Crawling Dragon. Okay. But you have another guy. His name is Crawling Dragon number 2. Okay, Crawling Dragon number 1 is a dragon. Crawling Dragon number 2 is a damn dinosaur. Bruh. Whose idea was that? Who's running this show? Why is Crawling Dragon number 2 a dinosaur? I don't get it. You're a liar, bud. Get over yourself. But the biggest dragon offender, I'm sure, is going to be this guy. Levia Dragon, Daedalus. He's not even just a dragon, he's Levia Dragon, Daedalus. You're not a dragon. You're a sea serpent. Just be a dragon. In fact, just get rid of sea serpent completely. No one gives a damn about a sea serpent in Yu-Gi-Oh! Or GOAT format. Just be dragons, all of them. All the sea serpents, just make them all dragons right now. And just save yourself the time in making these cards liars. But this guy is definitely a liar, and I had to put him on this list as a top 10 liar. The next category of liars that we're going to discuss is going to be the dark. Okay, there are so many darks in GOAT format that are just liars as well. We're talking about Dark Bat. That guy's not dark. Dark Gray. You're just putting dark on stuff. Dark Zebra. You're Earth. What? You got Dark Triceratops, which I just learned like literally the other day that this guy was Earth. He's dark and he looks like he could be dark. Why not just make him dark? And then you have this dude who's a super violator. This man's name is Dark Bishop Archfiend. He is a fiend. He's Dark Bishop Archfiend, and he's not even dark. He's a water. Like, what are we talking about?
Stop the cap.
This guy could have easily been dark. He probably should have been dark. I get it. They had to do the whole thing with Archfiends to make them all different types. Whatever. Then be something else. Be Water Bishop Archfiend, or just be Bishop Archfiend. That's a crazy idea. Or mean Bishop Archfiend and make him a water and just leave the dark part off. It is what it is. I understand, but damn. And then you got another huge violator. This is another tremendous violator of the word dark. And this guy's name is Manticore of Darkness. This guy's a Manticore of Darkness, and he's not dark. He's of darkness, but he is not dark. He is fire. On his picture, there is no flames. There is no molten lava. There is no red. There's nothing to indicate that this thing is fire at all. But for some reason, he's fire. Why not be Manticore of Flames? And we're done. And you're moving on. Throw a little flame on there and you're out of there. Too easy. But they didn't do that. They let this guy be Manticore of Darkness. But I still don't think he's the biggest dark violator. As much as that pains me to say, I don't think he's the biggest dark liar out there. I think that title goes to none other than the Dark Dust Spirit. I think Dark Dust Spirit is the bigger liar of that attribute because he's Earth and this thing looks like it could be a wicked dark monster. There are people still who believe this guy is a dark monster because you look at it, his name is Dark Dust Spirit. And he looks like he could be a dark guy, and he is not. He's Earth. Ridiculous. Earth zombie, ridiculous liar. It is absolutely absurd. This guy had to go onto the list as one of the biggest liars in Go format. We're going to put Dark Dust Spirit up there, representing the dark syndicate of cards. Okay, the next one we're going to talk about is another one. We got fairies, okay? Fairies are notorious liars in GOAT format as well. There are significant fairies that just don't know how to tell the truth. For example, we have this card, Dream Sprite. I put this up here because it looks like an actual fairy. This thing is basically a fairy. It's got the wings. It's got a little pixie, little the ears. It's a fairy. It's a pixie. It's a sprite. It's a Dream Sprite. This thing's a plant. Why is this a plant? It doesn't make any sense to me. This thing is a plant. Another huge violator. We have this thing. This thing is called Fairy's Gift. Fairy's Gift. It looks literally like a fairy. Wings and everything. It's got the whimsical fairy. It's not a fairy. It's a spellcaster. That trend continues on with this huge violator. I'm sure all of you know that Injection Fairy Lily is not a fairy. Injection Fairy Lily is also a spellcaster. It could have very easily been a fairy. You got the wings, you got the whimsical fairy ability. Your name is Fairy. Be a damn fairy and just be done with it. But you would think Injection Fairy Lily is the biggest fairy violator. It is not, okay? It is not. The biggest fairy violator is going to be none other than this guy, Fairy King Truesdale. Looking at this picture, you're like, wow, this thing kind of looks cool, man. It can be a fairy. It can also be a spellcaster, maybe. He's got the wand, he's got the suit, he's got the wings. This thing is looking like it can be a cool fairy. I mean, in fact, it says Fairy King. You're the king of all fairies. Fairy King Truesdale is this guy's name. What is he? What is his type, you would say? This dude is a plant. This dude is a plant. In what world, in what universe is this a plant? Where? And show me a leaf. Show me a stem, a root, or something. How is this guy a plant? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. You know what they could have done? They could have made him green and put little thorns on him and have like a little green plant coming out of him. You want to know how I know they could have done that? Because they literally did it. They literally did it. Look at Prickle Fairy, who is also a liar, by the way. It's a fairy, but you accept that it's a plant because it looks green and it's got plant all over it. You know what I'm saying? It's a plant. So you get that it's a plant. Where this guy is literally a human being with ears. It's an elf. It's Gemini elf. If you say Gemini elf, oh, we got Gemini elf, it's a plant. You'd be like, this doesn't make any damn sense. Okay, it doesn't make any sense. And it's a water too. So you're a water plant guy. Stop it, dude. You are an incredible liar and you're pissing me off just looking at you. So I had to put you on this list as a big, huge liar in GOAT format. All right, moving on. So the top two, okay, the top two, I put these two up here because out of all the liars that we've discussed so far, these two are the most egregious in my opinion, because they not only lie once, but they lie multiple times throughout their titles. The first one that I'm going to discuss is going to be a card called Slate Warrior. Again, making it another top 10 list. I got to put Slate Warrior on here because this guy lied twice. Okay, if you don't know, according to Google, slate is a fine-grained, foliated, homogeneous, metamorphic rock derived from an original shale type sedimentary rock composed of clay or volcanic ash, etc., etc. This guy's name is Warrior. This guy is not a rock or a warrior. He's a fiend and he's wind and he doesn't look like any of that stuff. He doesn't look like anything. I don't care. In OCG, his name was this. Who gives a damn? This guy could have been a rock. This guy could have been a warrior, but he's neither. He's a slate warrior who's a fiend wind for whatever reason. I still think the card's cool though. But he is a super liar. Before we get into the number one biggest liar, I do have a couple also random I want to talk about, not as many as I usually have. I'm going to mention this guy, the Aqua Mador, could have been Aqua, not that big of a deal. I'll rock with it. And the Catapult Turtle. I think Catapult Turtle could have been a reptile, okay, or a machine, but he's Aqua for whatever reason. I think that's a lie. Those are two lies, two liars. But the biggest overall liar in GOAT format, in my opinion, I'm going to have to put, this guy is going to have to be the biggest liar in GOAT format. I'm putting the Fiend Mega Cyber on here. Why am I putting the Fiend Mega Cyber? Because this guy is the Fiend. He is the Fiend. The Fiend. Why are you not a Fiend? It would change nothing for this guy to be a Fiend. Just make him a Fiend because he's the Fiend. And then, not only is he not the Fiend, he's not a machine, but he's Mega Cyber. Not only is he Cyber, if he was just the Fiend Cyber, then maybe his name is Cyber and he's just a Fiend. He's a Fiend with it, but he is the Fiend Mega Cyber. He's all the Cyber and he's not even a machine. This guy is a warrior. That makes no sense. This guy is an absolute liar in GOAT format. GOAT World, it's editor DZ here again. And I was noticing something throughout the editing process is that if they'd have just switched the name or type of the last two cards, there wouldn't be any issues. Like if Slate Warrior became a warrior, or the Fiend Mega Cyber became a fiend, or hell, they just switched names and Slate Warrior became the Fiend Mega Cyber, or if the Fiend Mega Cyber became Slate Warrior, everything will be okay. You know what? We got another real one raffle. Just type the words absurd or ridiculous in the comments and you'll have a chance to win this free Zumpire the Dark Lost Art. Back to the show. 100% the Fiend Mega Cyber. All these cards are absolute liars, but I had to go ahead and compile this list. So tell me what you guys think. Who is in fact the biggest liar in GOAT format? And as always, get into the comment section and let me know who I left off. Any liars that are not featured on this list. Well, duelists, that's all I have. As always, I'm JDZ. I play GOATs. Until the next time, shout out to all the real ones. Salute to the OGs. Peace.